Hi everyone, this is Dale with Ace Displays. In this video, we're going to talk about the top 4 things you need to know about designing for large format printing so that you can create a beautiful display design that represents your brand with the visual quality it deserves. So let's dive in. Number 1, color accuracy. One of the most common concerns we see is whether or not the printed design will match the colors a client sees in their digital design file. We totally understand the importance of accurately representing your brand, and that's why when it comes to designing for large format printing, especially at the scale of event and trade show displays, using the correct color mode is crucial. I'm assuming that you're using an Adobe program to design your layout. Illustrator is the application that we recommend, but Photoshop works as well. Both of these applications give you full professional control over the color space that you are designing in. But if you are using Canva, for example, you are going to have a hard time, not only with color space, but with proper sizing and resolution as well. So we strongly recommend that you use one of those Adobe programs, not an online program like Canva or Figma. These tools are not designed for large format printing. That being said, at Ace Displays, we recommend sticking to GRACoL CMYK. That's a CMYK profile specifically designed for the graphic arts printing space. To do this, if you're in Adobe, with your design file open, you can go to File, Document Color Mode, and select CMYK Color. Then go to Edit Color Settings, and in the Working Spaces section, select Coded GRACoL 2006 as your CMYK working space. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Using GRACoL CMYK will ensure that the colors you see on your screen translate accurately to print. So if your brand has a specific color that you need printed accurately, we do offer color matching services. Contact our displays experts today. Now let's talk about the difference between vector and raster elements. Vector graphics, like those created in Adobe Illustrator, maintain their quality at any size. Raster graphics are made up of small squares of color, otherwise known as pixels, which do not maintain their sharpness as they are enlarged. Let's talk a little bit more about vector graphics. A great example of vector graphics, something that we are all familiar with, is fonts. Fonts are comprised of vectors, which are mathematical dots and lines which can scale to any size, and they will always be razor sharp as long as you don't convert them to pixels. Vector graphics are typically saved as AI, SVG, or PDF file formats. Raster images are typically saved as JPEG, TIFF, PSD, or even PNG files. Remember that raster graphics are comprised of a finite number of pixels, and these pixels will stretch and enlarge as the image is enlarged. This can result in a fuzzy, blocky, low-quality appearance when an image is enlarged beyond its optimal size. Now let's get a little more technical. Keep in mind that both Illustrator and Photoshop support vector graphics and pixel graphics. But only Illustrator will help you ensure that the vector elements of your design will remain intact and sharp all the way to the point of printing. So if you design in Illustrator, this will give you the best quality file possible, which will ensure the best possible print output. Now that said, Illustrator will not make your raster images magically sharper. If your design includes raster images with a low pixel count, these images will still print with a fuzzy, low-quality appearance, no matter what application you use for design. So, in conclusion, although rasters and vectors each have their own benefits, vector elements are a clear winner when it comes to designing for large format displays. Vector graphics will always print with clear, crisp edges in any situation. Avoid the stress of pixelated prints by using vector elements as much as possible in your designs. Speaking of pixelated prints, I'd like to explain the concept of dots per inch and how to preview the print resolution of your design. If your design uses raster images, it's important to note that pixels get larger and resolution decreases as you scale up an image. You've probably heard the blanket recommendation of using 300 dpi or 300 dots per inch for your raster elements or images, but this actually isn't the holy grail of image resolution, especially for large format printing. What really matters the most is how many total pixels your image has. you really need to consider the size in inches of your image in order to inform the number of pixels needed. For example, if your image is 300 dpi at 5 inches wide, that's only 1500 pixels wide. 1500 pixels is not nearly enough for a 10-foot display. Remember, as you scale up an image, the pixels get larger and the resolution decreases. So if we take this image at 1500 pixels wide and we scale it up to fit a 10-foot display, which is 120 inches, give or take, this image is now approximately 12.5 dpi. Not great. So DPI matters, but it's not the only variable in the equation. It's the pixel density of your image that is most important. More pixels is always better. So you may be wondering, how can I tell what the resolution of my image will look like when it's printed? The best way to preview your designs for print accuracy is to view your design file in Adobe Acrobat with a 200% zoom. Acrobat is the best and most accurate application for viewing design files. If you use any other application, there is a chance that your design file will not be rendered accurately. Adobe Acrobat is accurate and reliable, and when you zoom into your design at 200%, it will allow you to accurately preview your design, including the image resolution as it will appear in its final printed form. This is why we strongly recommend previewing your design, once again, in Acrobat at 200%. It's also important to understand common errors and warnings that you might encounter. These are issues that can lead to that dreaded, unapproved notification from your artwork upload. At Ace Displays, we use a 3-tier system to flag low-resolution images. Tier 1 is 150 ppi, Tier 2, 100 ppi, and Tier 3, 50 ppi. First, let me say that PPI and DPI are effectively the same thing. Keep in mind that these warnings reflect the print size and the image resolution, not the template size and not the image size before scaling. Now, most of our templates here at Ace Displays are built at half scale, which means that your artwork will be scaled up 200% for printing. So, images that look acceptable on screen during the design phase may still have pixelation issues when they are scaled up for print. If you receive a low resolution warning, pay attention to the PPI number shown in the warning. For example, if your design has images which are less than 150 ppi, there's a good chance that these images will still look acceptable in print. If your design has images which are below 100 ppi, it really can be a judgment call, and it really just depends on the image itself and your standard for quality. If your design has images below 50 ppi, chances are the quality may not be acceptable for print, but it will be up to you to judge if the resolution of your design is acceptable. We only ask that you confirm in writing when approving low-resolution images for print. I'm going to say it again. The best way to check the resolution of your print-ready artwork is to view your design in Adobe Acrobat at 200%. So, when you're getting ready to design your next event or trade show display, remember, start with GRACoL CMYK for accurate colors. Use vector graphics for scalable, high-resolution designs. For images, pixel density is most important, so choose images with the highest number of pixels possible. Preview your designs in Adobe Acrobat at 200% to see how the resolution will appear in print. And finally, trust the experts here at Ace Displays for your event and trade show display needs. Visit our website or contact us directly to learn more about how Ace Displays can elevate and present your brand at your next event. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more industry insights and tips. Leave a comment below if you have your own design tips or if you have any questions. Until next time, happy designing.